Hello everyone! Today I thought I'd show you my Baltimore and Ohio collection, which is fairly small, but it still represents one of my favourite railroads. Now first up is this Proto 2000 E7 in Baltimore and Ohio paint scheme, which is a slightly older tooling. They've since rerun the tooling of this in their new format for Proto 2000 locomotives. This has since been retired, but I still think it's a very, very good and accurate model, and I particularly like the way they've picked out the paint. As you can see, the amount of detail on here is pretty standard for an E7. I had this headlamp blow out on me, which was a shame, because it was a very nice bright yellow headlight, and I've since had trouble finding a replacement part for it. But as you can see, if I take the shell off, I basically had one of these components at the back here burn, because it wasn't quite a big enough resistor. So as you can see, you've got a cab interior here which you're free to paint up so that you can see it through the window, and right at the back there you've got this DCC plug which you can use to convert the locomotive to DCC. But anyhow, it's a great runner and I'm very, very pleased with it. Now next is this locomotive, which looks fairly unusual, the reason being that it's an E6, not an E7. The E6s had a slightly more pronounced sloped bonnet here, as you can see. I think these caused problems because they were considered dangerous, because in the event of grade crossing accidents, things could be deflected up towards the cab here, which was risky. But I think these are super cool. Just look how sleek they look. I just really love this sloped bonnet here. This one is available in Baltimore and Ohio livery as a factory job. Unfortunately, they're also extremely hard to find. So guess what I did? This is my own paint job, which I spent quite a lot of time doing, but it was worth it because I think it looks pretty good in the end. What I did was basically paint the whole thing grey, then paint the roof black, then I masked that off and painted the whole thing blue, then I did the black stripe in the middle, and then I picked out these yellow lines in paint as well. So those yellow lines are actually not decals, I painted those using masking tape. I think these lines look pretty good coming down over the bonnet and meeting the Baltimore and Ohio emblem in the middle there. I then also placed the Baltimore and Ohio lettering along the side, reinstalled all the grab irons, picked out the kick plates in silver, painted the trucks, installed the interiors, varnished the entire thing, and this is how it looks finished. Of course, I also did the B unit, which is unpowered, which was good to do. I think I've managed to forget to paint that door. Oops, well, I did the other side. Guess that's a little job to do at some point. Finally, here's one of my favourite cars, the Walthers observation car from their heavyweight series. Again, these are very hard to find. I've seen one of these at the Baltimore and Ohio Museum in Baltimore. I currently only have 3 of these cars, but I plan to get a couple more, maybe a diner and a coach and a baggage. And that will make a nice set for the National Limited or the Capital Limited.
Side note, since making this video, I found out that Walthers have just announced that they're going to be doing the Baltimore and Ohio Capital Limited as one of their special train releases next year. So I'm thinking I might pick a few of those cars up. Stay tuned for those. That's not going to be until next summer, but you can find out more on Walthers' website.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing those, and here's some running videos.